Hey, Doc. I'm just wondering, in the last game, were you satisfied with the ball movement and shot quality you guys were getting? And do you think that's something that can transfer into this game?
Well, it has to. I mean, I don't know what we shot. I think we shot like 54%. You'll take that. I think we've been pretty efficient basically offensively throughout. We've got a couple of games where I thought the ball could have moved more, bodies could have moved more. Denver does a great job trying to load up. And so we just got to make sure we play in space more and create space for our body movement.
It will go down into Orlando. Kyle. Move on to Kyle.
Doc, people have talked about how no travel in these series has had, I guess, a positive effect. What do you see? Is it a positive effect on your team, and does that have to do with age, or does that have to do with everybody?
Yeah, I think everyone. And I'm assuming a positive effect, but don't forget we're playing every other night, so maybe that takes it away. During the playoffs, you usually don't play up every other night. You get a couple days here and there. So, my guess it probably evens all out. I would say if you gave a player a travel day in 2 days, he would probably take that over every other day all the time. But I don't really have an answer for
it. Okay, we're going to move on to Andrew.
Hey, Doc, good evening. When it comes to Denver and the way they've been playing offensively in the first quarters this series, it's been extremely tough for you guys to match up with that. What are you seeing? Is there a pattern that's allowed them to just shoot so well in those first quarters, or breakdowns individually? I don't know.
No, I mean, listen, I just think it's us. Give Denver credit. They're an excellent offensive team, but we have proven through the game when we play right and defensively and make the right rotations, we're pretty good. So we just got to do that from the start.
Gonna move over to Pat Graham.
Hey Doc, how you doing? Thanks for taking the time. When you play someone with the unique ability of Nikola, is it more important to take away the shot or the pass?
I don't think you're going to take away either. He's going to do a little bit of both. Obviously, if you could do one or the other, people would, and no one's done that. So you just got to play them physical as you can. You got to get as many deflections as you can. We've turned him over quite a bit, so we have to keep doing that. But listen, he's a great player, and that's not an accident.
Okay, we're going to move over to Jovan.
Hey, Doc, I wanted to ask you about PG's defense, and it feels like, we saw it in Dallas against Luka, but this round against Jamal, just him ramping up defensively and the impact he's been able to have.
Yeah, we knew that when we were getting him. We knew we were adding not only just a great offensive player to our team, but we were also adding an excellent defensive player. I think it gets lost sometimes with PG because he's such a great shooter. It just seems like the better the shooter you are, the more people forget about how good you are defensively for whatever reason. I think that's true, but he's been sensational, and you can always tell where he's at, like health-wise and mentally, by the way he's playing defense.
Okay, let's move over to Miriam.
Hey there, Doc. My Coach Malone was kind of talking about the challenges of coaching in the playoffs and just, the level of competition and seeing teams for a full series. But obviously you've done this a few times, and I just kind of wondered how what your evolution has been on sort of approaching playoffs and playoff series.
Well, just take every single game. It's a single game, single possession games. That's what, when you look at all the close games and you go back through the game and you look at all those single possessions, you can find, the results in that. And so for us, single possessions for 4 to 8 minutes, the more realistic we can do that, the better chance we have of winning games.
Okay, let's move over to Cameron.
Hey, good evening, Coach. I want to ask you about families in the bubble. Have you noticed a difference in the demeanor of the players since families have arrived there? And would you prefer them being there, or would you prefer them kind of focusing on the task at hand and kind of playing the playoffs out?
Well, obviously, even if I didn't, I better say I focus on them being there. So No, I like him here. I think it's been good. This is not normal, but when you get deep in the playoffs, especially the Western and Eastern Finals, you usually bring your families.
Okay.
People forget, like during the regular season, you go home to your family. So families are around, and families are important for these guys to get away from what we're doing, just like it is in any other work. So I think it's all good.
Okay, let's go to Farbot.
Hey, Doc, I know last game Jamichael was hobbling a little bit, and he's not on the injury report or anything today. Just want to know if he was feeling 100%, if it was just a little sprain at the time, or how he's feeling now.
I don't know if anyone is feeling 100% at this point in the playoffs, so I think that's the best way to answer it. I think all of us, Mike Malone, myself, even have our own bumps and bruises right now. So, it's the playoffs. Jamichael's a tough guy, and obviously he's going to give it a go.
Okay, we got time for one more. Let's go to Cormier.
Hey, Doc, along the same lines of the family question, just have you noticed a difference in the first and second round in terms of the crowd, the cheering on both sides? I know you're focused on coaching, but is that something you've noticed at all?
No, I wouldn't notice that. I just wouldn't. So can't really answer that one.
Okay.
That's all I have for you, Doc. Have a good game tonight.
Thanks. Take care.
All right.
Thank you, guys.